What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Trans Am and what's been happening with it and what's actually not been happening, which is a lot. I'll start off with saying I've actually got a couple of emails. I don't even know how you guys got my email address. Maybe it's on the YouTube channel somewhere, but you're asking what's been going on with the Trans Am, why has there been no uploads, which I'm like kind of blown away by. You know, in my head, nobody's really watching these or paying attention to them. I've just been doing these for fun for the last few years, and that's kind of surprising to me. I had no idea that there's people that are actually curious. So a couple people actually in the state of Minnesota where I live right now, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. So I thought I'd make a little bit of an update because very shortly I'm going to have some good content with this car coming up again and other cars. It's already the last week of July, and I'm about to take this car on another road trip. It's about a 3-hour drive from here to Brainerd, Minnesota, and I'm going to go to Power Cruise 10. If you've been on the channel for a while, you're probably familiar with the Power Cruise event. It's a one-time-a-year event that's put on by a group of people from Australia that actually open up the entire road course for roll racing for any make and model of vehicle. Huge horsepower, low horsepower, stock Honda Civic type stuff versus 2,500 to 3,000 horsepower twin turbo Lambos and stuff like that. It's probably the best event I've ever been to. I really hope this event goes to other places in the United States because it's seriously a one-of-a-kind thing, and I cannot wait for this weekend. If you live in this part of the state, or Wisconsin as well, you know how exciting it is, and people get just fired up over it every year. It's the best event ever. I think this year is the biggest event. They got over 1,000 cars entering into it, which is just insane. It's going to be total madness out there, and hopefully I'll get plenty of wheel time in this, but we'll get right into it. The update that I have for you on this is that there's no update. Nothing else is new with the car, nothing's wrong with it. All I've done the last couple weeks is take it to shows. I've gone on a couple quick trips in it and pretty much just been maintaining it. I did an oil change in it. In my opinion, that's about as played out as it can get on this channel. I don't know how many oil changes I can do. It's just not interesting to watch anymore. I'm not interested in filming it. That's kind of the big thing. I mean, if you guys want to see it, drop a comment down below because this is, you know, I'm filming this for you guys to watch, so your input is important here and it's appreciated. And I don't know if you want to watch it or not. To me, I think it's been played out. I'm not, you know, not saying I'm not gonna, but I don't know that simple oil changes or cleaning the car up and going to a car show, it's just not that interesting, and I'm trying to film stuff that I think might be fun to watch, you know, more milestone type things with the car. That being said, here, still have the LS6 intake manifold. I have been slacking big time on ordering the coolant or the steam lines and the coolant block off ports, and I do have to get an oil pressure sending unit because I'm just going to replace it while I'm in there. So yeah, otherwise, like I said, there's really no update. Got the interior super clean right now. I went through a couple weekends ago with a buddy and did kind of a deep clean, got the leather all conditioned and the carpets cleaned up, so it's really cool. Speaking of the devil, the most hated car on the channel, here she comes. Love it or hate it, that car has pretty much the same specs as a stock F body. Weight, horsepower, torque, all that. It's probably quicker if I had to guess. Look at her. Anyways, I really like the car. A lot of people said that they didn't like it and I should buy something more like a 5th gen Camaro, which in my opinion is a huge mistake. For about the same price, that's a 10 times better car. I mean, it just is. After driving a few 5th gens, they suck. Do you love the car yet? Do you hate it?
I love it.
Right. Enough said. So anyways, yeah, this car in particular has a lot. It's just so much nicer than what you're going to get in a GM product for the same money. And more importantly, it's not for me. That's something that she takes to work and stuff, and she loves it, has wanted one, so I have to get over that. It's not going anywhere. It's not for me in the first place. I'm gonna get this car all loaded up tonight. I've already went over it. It's in good shape. I think it's gonna do this trip flawlessly too. Tires are all good to go. Not much to say about it. It's just been in good shape and I'm trying to enjoy it. That's something that I think gets lost a little bit when you're filming because you're not really focusing on enjoying the car. You're more focused on filming. So going on quick trips that are simply trips, you know, we're going to car shows, it's pointless in my opinion. So as you know from one of the last videos that I put up, I just got HP tuners and their MPVI-2 cable. And I've gone over some of the tuning stuff in here with somebody that's done a lot of tuning, somebody that I actually ran into at work. And we're gonna go over what we found out in a little bit of driving and a couple pulls on the highway. So we're gonna jump into my buddy Adam and I talking about how this car is tuned, a little bit of information about it, and obviously when you put this kind of thing on the internet, you're asking to be flayed alive in the comments, and put it up at your own peril. I guess they say that you're your own worst enemy. It's not true. The internet is. So we'll get into that part of the video, and when we're done with that, it's pretty much going to be a wrap on it, and the next time I upload, it's going to be probably this car when I take it to Power Cruise and kind of how the weekend goes. It's 4 days of racing on a track, and there'll also be a couple videos after that of burnout competitions and things like that that have been popular over the years. So enough of me rambling. We'll get into the tuning talk, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. Go ahead and get the car pulled out here. Pinion didn't leak since last time I drove it, so that's good. Didn't drip anymore, so might be in okay shape actually. Really don't know where it leaked from out of the engine bay. I don't know if it's power steering reservoir leaking or what, but it's better.
Flip the throttle real quick, or give it about 10% throttle. Okay. Yeah, it's the SA1. You can see it up here. So
okay,
0.4 right now. So you'll.
It's just because it should be open just a little bit,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's always going to be open a little bit.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's a percentage of open. So
okay. EGR deleted.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of check engine lights too. There was one for the coolant level sensor being shut off, and mass airflow sensor being deleted. The rear oxygen sensors being deleted. So there was a few check engine lights that are disabled on the car. Yeah,
and I can just go through those real quick and show you. Okay. This is the actual tune. And then you can. But you can see your mass airflow sensors are disabled. The check engine lights anywhere that it doesn't have a check is disabled.
Okay.
So you got manifold absolute pressure that are still enabled, but then you got intake air temperatures that are still enabled. Then you get down here, you got the O2 sensor circuits are disabled, obviously, since you don't have them.
Sure.
Why you left the O2 low voltage and high voltage on, I'm not sure. And then more of the O2 heaters and all that extra stuff in there. Fuel trim bank. These are all just check engine lights and no reporting. Then you go down, you can see the rest of the stuff that you actually want to know about NOx sensors and stuff like that. Kind of important stuff.
The safety bumpers. I would think you'd want those on anyways. I don't know why you'd shut those off, but overall it looked legit. And when I was like I said, when I was talking to the tuner, he had it set for that target timing that we saw, so everything looked like it all said it was, but I'd never seen it, so it's nice to be able to actually like look at it, kind of see what's what.
And then you got your EGR, like you're saying, is just already deleted, evap system deleted, so you don't need it. Upshifts, solenoid. I don't remember if the 2000 or this
skip shift control. This would have had it, and I've never actually had that LED come on, or the engine light. It never came on, so I thought there was a skip shift eliminator in it, but you can tune it out apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, and then
you get to.
Does it say shift anywhere on there?
No.
Yeah, it might only be on when you get up to the actual RPM. It'll actually, at least on the Corvettes, I don't remember.
Let's see, should lock me out now. I did it. Oh, that fucking sucks.
Now, once I was like,
I can't get into here.
Now go.
There we go. It's like I couldn't get into third either. I was like, what the fuck?
It's straight to fourth.
That's funny.
EPA wants you to be.
Yeah, that was not good. Yeah, that can stay deleted.
Yeah.
So it shows the ECU is a 2002 Z28. So maybe the guy that tuned it, you think he might have used that as a base to build off where the ECU got switched?
Well, like I was saying, the newer years of the ECUs have different functionalities and tuning capabilities that you can do versus the older ones like your car or even 99s or 98s. So what he could have done is taken the operating system out of the newer 2002 Z28 and just pulled the entire operating system off of one of those ECUs and uploaded it to yours. So it's basically mimicking a 2002 Z28 ECU. So he has more open access to more windows and trim levels and different stuff that he can actually tune through.
So he got a little bit better as the years went on in that generation.
Yeah, so it's either that or he literally took a ECU out of a 2002 Z28 and just threw it in your car.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah, I mean, so we can check it out and see if that's the case. There should be a sticker on the ECU underneath the hood.
Sure.
That has the VIN number on it. So
yeah, I'll have to look at it.
So we can do that after we eat.
The only other thing that I noticed, it's supposed to have a 160-degree thermostat in it, and it shows that coolant temps from 190s the whole time we were driving, so it might have an OEM. I don't know if they're 190 or 200-degree thermostat or whatever, 210 maybe.
I think it's 192 actually.
Oh,
I think it's that specific.
It'd be like right there.
Yeah.
It's on the factory radiator and everything, and I put a water pump in it actually, and I just put the thermostat right back in that was in it, and replaced the thermostat when I was in there, so maybe that's not quite what I thought it was going to be. Yeah, otherwise it looks like it's good. Yeah,
so everything else is running smoothly. We got a couple of degrees of knock retard, but
I had him look at the accelerator pedal position too to make sure that the throttle position is actually 100% wide open, because when you do get them ported, they take a little bump stop and they'll grind it a little bit.
See up here, the throttle position SAE is 100% there.
Okay, there it is.
4.37, you can see it. We're doing the pull.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to know. So otherwise it all looks really good. Pretty much good to go. I don't think I'm going to actually end up having it retuned, to be honest. Yeah, it looks pretty good as is. This doesn't have torque management on it, does it? I wouldn't think it did. That'd be like a later
well, you got
model,
TCS.
Right? An automatic.
You got a button for TCS. I don't know exactly what actual the abilities it actually has, but in the 2000 model, but it has it. But let me see.
Traction control. Yeah, I think it just shuts off traction control, I believe. I don't know if it does anything else.
You're limited to 255 miles an hour. So don't go over that.
So, yeah, I'll try not to.
You set up your fan, your AC and stuff to disable and enable. Disable. Right now it's set up to disable at 100% throttle. So it's
the fans shut off.
No, the AC.
The AC does. Okay.
The fans will actually shut off at a certain.
Okay. At any RPM at 100% throttle, the AC shuts off. And that, correct. I know a lot of people when they go and delete their air conditioning, they go, well, it's going to free up horsepower, but it actually shuts the clutch off. Yeah. Depending on the parameters.
And you can set that to 80% if you want it to drop off even lower. We can set that to 80%.
Yeah.
It'll disable the AC so it's not drawing any extra horsepower.
Can you shut off the vehicle anti-theft stuff on here? Because I know that there's resistors of the vehicle anti-theft stuff acts up on these cars and the Corvettes.
Yeah.
So you can disable it in HP tuners?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's good to know. I never had a problem with mine, but I know people you can't start your car if it acts up.
Yeah, it's...
So yeah, that's pretty much what I filmed going over the tuning in the car with Adam, as you saw in the video. He seems like he knows what he's doing. He's tuned a couple of his EcoBoost vehicles that he's got. Coincidentally, we bought this car after talking to him. Actually, has nothing to do with it. But he's also got a big power, like 1,500 horsepower twin turbo Firebird that he's tuned himself too, apparently. And yeah, taught me quite a bit about it. I know nothing about tuning, and what he's taught, pretty much what I got from our day together is the basic information on how to do data logging, if anything, and what it all really means. So kind of got a little bit of information about that now. I'm not an expert, so don't ask me anything about it. I don't want to give you any bad information or bad advice or anything like that, but I do know how to use the laptop and HP tuners now, which is infinitely better than any OBD2 scanner or code reader or anything like that. I can actually go through and change things about your vehicle and learn more about what's going on than your standard handheld OBD2 reader, which is awesome. Did have a couple interesting things happen. Here's a clip of a guy that bought a new C7 Corvette and was selling his C6 Corvette. His is an LS2 car, the white one that you'll see. Has a Corsa Extreme exhaust, and his new car has the stock NPP exhaust on a LT1 engine. So I thought that was an interesting comparison. I would get a car that has the NPP exhaust and not look back. I think the Corsa Extreme kits now are like $1,500 or something insane, and the NPP is so much better because you can shut off the valves on the highway and it's just as loud when you get on it. I mean, maybe the Corsa is a little bit louder, but I don't think it's worth it after hearing them side by side on the same day. And I'm telling you that the Corsa is probably just a touch louder. That's all it is, but I don't think it's worth the money. Maybe you do. If it's up to me, when I get a C7 or a C6 Z06 or a ZR1, it's going to have NPP exhaust or at least a mild to wild switch because you get the best of both worlds then. Alright, well, that was a little bit of a change of pace. I hope you liked it. If you haven't checked out one of the last uploads I did, it was the Minneapolis Mile Car Show down in St. Paul, Minnesota. It was a really cool show. I had the Trans AM in there. I didn't actually include it in the edit of it, but I was trying to get better with this Canon D80 that I've got. And so if you haven't checked it out, if you would, I'm real proud of that one. Trying to get better with this thing and doing a little bit more montage-y type stuff for editing. I guess I don't know what you call it, but basically trying to get better with editing and shooting specifically. So that'll be about it for today's video. Hope I see some of you guys at Power Cruise. I know there's a lot of people on the channel that are from the area that might be going to this show. One of my friends, Justin, we started talking on the internet, I think, on YouTube. He happens to live by me, and we've actually met, worked on his car in my garage here a few weeks ago, so hope I see Justin there. That'll be about it for today's video. Give it a like, a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't for this. It's coming up in a few days, and we'll see you next time.